Joe Biden hates you and he hates the Constitution. Why do I say that? In the final hours of his presidency, Joe Biden issued pardons to General Mark Milley, Anthony Fauci, and members of the January 6th committee, including Liz Chaney. But it gets worse. Then 15 minutes before he left the White House for the last time, Biden once again demonstrated his complete disdain for the American people and the Constitution. What did he do? He pardoned all of his siblings and their spouses. Now let's talk about these pardons first. Can Biden pardon these people? Well, the answer is yes. In fact, the Supreme Court said so in 1866. The case was called Ex parte Garland. Let me quote from it. The Constitution provides that the President shall have power to grant reprieves and pardons for offenses against the United States, except in cases of impeachment. The power thus conferred is unlimited, with the exception stated. It extends to every offense known to the law and may be exercised at any time after its commission, either before legal proceedings are taken or during their pendency or after conviction and judgment. The power of the President is not subject to legislative control. Congress can neither limit the effect of his pardon nor exclude from its exercise any class of offenders. The benign prerogative of mercy reposed in him cannot be fettered by any legislative restrictions. But here's a twist. What if Fauci is hauled before Congress to testify and testifies falsely as he has before? Or Milley? Or Chaney? Or how about Hunter? Well, but Ken, what if they just refuse to testify? Remember Steve Bannon? Bannon was prosecuted and sent to prison for 4 months and fined $6,500 for refusing to appear before Congress to testify regarding the January 6th kangaroo investigation. So if all these people refuse to appear under a subpoena from Congress, their pardons wouldn't be worth the paper they're written on. Would the pardons cover future acts, such as committing perjury or ignoring a subpoena? The answer is no. A presidential pardon cannot cover future acts. Under Article 2, Section 2 of the Constitution, the President has the power to grant pardons for offenses against the United States. This power is limited to offenses that have already been committed, as there's no legal basis for pardoning actions that haven't taken place. A pardon is retrospective in nature, that is, applying to crimes already committed, but not necessarily charged or prosecuted. For example, President Gerald Ford's pardon of Richard Nixon covered all offenses Nixon might have committed during his presidency, but these offenses were necessarily in the past. Pardons cannot provide immunity for potential future crimes. This limitation prevents the misuse of the pardon power as a blanket authorization for unlawful behavior. While the pardon power is broad, it must operate within the bounds of addressing existing legal liabilities and cannot function as a preemptive shield for hypothetical or future misconduct. So Congress should haul these people in and find out the truth, or let them face prosecution. Don't we, as Americans, deserve to know who the big guy is? Don't we deserve to know if Joe Biden profited from Hunter's business dealings? Don't we deserve to know who ordered the exculpatory evidence to be destroyed that was held by the January 6th Kangaroo Committee? Well, there's so much we deserve to know. I urge Congress to bring these people in to testify, to shine the light on all of the Biden crime family's misdeeds. Take a look at the following clip and please share your thoughts in the comments.
Once again, the breaking news we are following for you this morning with just hours to go in his term. President Biden issuing pardons, or pre-pardons, I guess you could say, for General Mark Milley, Dr. Anthony Fauci, and all Congress members and staff who served on the January 6th Select Committee. That includes witnesses who also testified against President Trump. Lawmakers on Capitol Hill reacting. Senator Eric Schmidt saying this The guy who claimed he would protect norms continues to bulldoze them and the Constitution until the bitter end. Biden truly is one of the worst presidents in American history and will only be remembered as the guy between Trump's two terms. Joining me now is Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn. She's a member of the Senate Judiciary, Commerce, Small Business, Health, Joint Economic, Finance, and Veterans Affairs Committee. Senator Blackburn, it is wonderful to have you. Your reaction to this breaking news?
Oh, Cheryl, they know that they did things that were unlawful and certainly unethical. And President Biden knows this. So as information comes out, he wants to be able to say that he gave them a pardon. And it is basically for them to be held unaccountable for what they did.
Some breaking news we want to share related to all this. President Biden pardoning his family members minutes before President-elect Trump is sworn in. I want to go to our senior legal correspondent, Laura Jarrett. Laura, walk us through it.
Yeah, Lester, a rare and sweeping pardon here from the president in just his final moments while he still occupies that office, pardoning all of his living siblings and their spouses, including James Biden, Sarah Biden, Valerie Owens Biden, his sister, her husband, John T. Owens, and his brother, Francis Biden. Now, Lester, none of these people have been charged with crimes, but he says he's doing this because there is partisan politics here, obviously referring to the president-elect who is set to take office just minutes from now, Lester. Again, he's saying he's doing this as a preemptive.